high, illegal Israeli settlement wall runs along the only road to Beit Ur school in the occupied West Bank. But no Palestinian students come here anymore. The Palestinian Authority insisted the school close when the war on Gaza began because of Israeli settler attacks. The school was built in 1953. The Israeli settlers began arriving 25 years later. The children's artwork still hangs in empty corridors, classrooms abandoned, a basketball court where they used to play. The settlement wall is only meters away. An Israeli flag flies over a nearby military base.
We have never seen anything like this before. Israeli settlers come to the nearby military checkpoint. They throw stones. They stop cars and sometimes confiscate them. In the past, the settlers have thrown stones at the students during sports classes. Whenever it was playtime, we faced a potential emergency situation. This is destroying their right to an education.
Israeli settler violence against Palestinians and their property across the occupied West Bank has dramatically increased since the Hamas attacks on October the 7th. Nearly 400 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli military raids hunting suspected members of the Palestinian armed resistance. This school has suffered years of threats and intimidation by Israeli settlers living in an illegal Israeli settlement behind that wall, only meters away. It is one of more than 100 schools that the Palestinian Authority say have been forced to close because of increased settler violence since the war began. Many have reopened, but 11 have been forced to close in the last 2 weeks. Many of the students from Beit Ur have been moved to a school across the valley, packed into overcrowded classrooms with insufficient facilities to accommodate even their basic needs.
Teachers and students are cramped into the classrooms. We can't use the lab to teach science because we need to use it to teach other subjects. It's a huge challenge for the children and for us.
You can see the Israeli settlement and the school which Jalal and Ahmed used to go to clearly from the opposite hill. You can see a playground used by the Israeli settlers' children over the wall. Soldiers guard the nearby base. An Israeli military drone flies above us as we film. Ahmed and Jalal have had no choice but to take online lessons since their school was closed, and Ahmed struggles to focus on His Arabic class.
Our school has great facilities. It has a big playground for sports. There's really good education there. The school we were moved to had no space for us. At the beginning of the war, the soldiers used to come in front of our school gate. Yes, it's safer there, but I hope we can go back to our main school one day.
Jamal Hamad sits with his nephew, taking a geography lesson in another room.
Online learning is nothing compared to a proper school education. There are so many distractions when they're studying at home.
Palestinian children have had their education disrupted by Israel's occupation for decades. The universal right of children like Ahmed to learn and grow is under threat like never before. Charles Stratford, Beit Ur in the occupied West Bank.